into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expect, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. It's me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up? Lord have mercy. Happy Thursday. Oh my gosh, it's Friday Eve, y'all. Friday can't get here fast enough. I'm telling you. I'm ready for Friday. The churn are ready for Friday. Child. Oh, shoot. Real quick. I was supposed to go to a comedy show tonight, but I am not feeling great. And I laid down to try to get rid of this headache, and I cannot get rid of this headache. So let me let them know I'm not coming. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I meant to do that before I went live. So, happy Thursday. My apologies about that, you guys. Like I said, I was supposed to be somewhere. I just wanted to let the people know I wasn't coming. All right. But the good news is y'all get to see me. I'm here. I'm here with you guys. Oh Lord, this flyway here. So come on in. Let me say hi to the people, you guys. Let me say hi to the people. What's up, Carrie? What's up, Quake? B-Lo, Powerful, The Informed, Tawana, Chuck, Sweet Pea, DB, Cajun. Hi, Cajun. Ronnie, Tiffany, what's up? Rosanda, I hope I said that right. Lovely Nola, Ravine, hey, my boo. Lil Baby, Majani, Hershey, Chocolate Mimi. Okay, all right. Tracy, what's up, Tracy Wilson? Crazy Homebody Girl. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Ellen. It's all good, Ravine. Y'all know Ravine will snitch. What's up, Chapel Hill? Janae, Cindy, you at work? You're at work. This is unacceptable. What's up, Tyler CEO? Okay, I did. Okay. What's up, Miss Baything? Hey, Southern Belle. All right. Okay, you guys. So really quickly, the church announcements are going to be real down and dirty today. Y'all done sold out today at Going Cruise, okay? And what I mean by that is the ship is not sold out, but the rooms we reserved, gone. Y'all know today is the last day for the price that we have, and I think we literally only have one room left, which is the Boardwalk room, and that is it. Y'all, we have 19 rooms. So more information will be forthcoming as far as the t-shirts. And I do, like I said, I do have the hotel information where I'm going to be staying, and I can give you guys that information. It's the Hyatt Place. I'll give it to y'all because I don't want to say the wrong one. We said it the other day in the chat, but and again, if you want to be added to the Books and Bourbon chat, just send me a message on Instagram. I'll add you to that, and I'll change the name to Books and Bourbon /cruise, so we can all things we need to discuss in the cruise. So you know, all right. What's up, Katrina? Hey, boo. Books and Bourbon, same thing. All that information is already out there. That's it. Hyatt Place. Yep, that's it. Hyatt Place. Books and Bourbon. And again, the information on the design for the t-shirts and stuff will be forthcoming. Souvenir package, all that information. Okay. So I tried something different the other day. I'm playing around with editing. So I did some timestamps. I edited the clips. I uploaded those clips. Did y'all appreciate that? Did y'all like that? I had some people in the comments said that they did like the fact that I did do that. So let me know. I'm going to do it again today with the Porsha Kenya story and maybe one other story, but I know I'm going to do it with the Porsha Kenya story. So let me know how y'all feel about that. I've been wanting to do that for months, but I was just me and my editing, but it's we gonna get it. We gonna get it. Anyway. Let's get into it, y'all. It's thank you, Raven. Thank you, Xavier. Anybody worried about Cajun? Because Cajun stopped doing his job. He stopped putting the timestamp up there. Cajun. But let's get into it. We go from one extreme to the other, child. For the last couple of days, it really hasn't been a whole lot to talk about, and now it just seems like there's a bunch of mess going on. So let's get into it, you guys. Y'all know I'm gonna just go through some of these things, and we're gonna get to the bigger stories. Sure, how far back do I have to go, honey? Okay, I think this is where we left off yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I think this is where we left off yesterday. Okay. We're going to come back to the Jay-Z story. Okay. We're going to come back to that story. Lord have mercy. All right. Okay. I guess we'll start with this story. So allegedly, hold on, because this might be a story that I want to timestamp it. Hold on. What Cajun saying? Shut up, Cajun. Just you shut up. So allegedly, the letter that dang, I said I was right the timestamp. Really be right the timestamp. Okay. Allegedly, the letter that got Wendy put under this here conservatorship has been released. And I say allegedly because I don't know if it's an authentic letter or not. Okay. But let me just tell y'all, this is of course, everything has been redacted. Everything has been redacted. So this is what the letter looks like. But the letter is from the top of the letter says the Institute of Integrative Psychiatry. Oh, sorry. My eyes. Integrative Psychiatry. Excuse me. I can't read. It's dated January the 20th of 2022. It says that name is redacted. Wells Fargo Bank, R.E. Wendy Williams. And it says, Dear Miss Blank, Miss Williams has been my patient for over a year now. Over the last 6 months, she has been unable to make reasoned decisions, and her insight and judgment are severely impaired. Sincerely, whatever. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Another reason why I say allegedly, and this did come from the Shade Room, but I'm sure it's been floating around. The other reason why I say allegedly is because it seems like that's just not a lot to spark an investigation into somebody's competency that would end with them being put over a conservatorship, right? This letter, I mean, is it that easy? It just says that she has been able to make a reasoned decision and her insight and judgment are severely impaired. I don't know. There's got to be more to this. Because if that's the case, anybody can write a letter. Hold on. Oh. So I don't know. It's like, It's either fake or heavily edited. Well, you see, it's not. I mean, based on this, look, that's the whole letter. That's it. I mean, there's no. You say you've been seeing her for over a year, and I understand because of HIPAA, you can't get. I guess it's you can't get too deep into it. But I'm just like, it just seems to me like that's way too simple. Like he or she didn't give any he or she didn't get any background. You know, she started coming to me, and through our conversations, like, I don't know. It just seems, I think what we found out before is probably closer to what really sparked the investigation, when her son had people calling down to the bank pretending to be her, and he was spending, $50,000 on birthday parties and stuff like that. I think, honestly, I really think it's more along those lines. It's got to be more detailed than that. Because hell, if it were that easy, we'd all be under conservatorship. What up, Don? Hey, boo. Right, you didn't give us an example. You didn't give us nothing. You didn't even say, I've spoken to her family and they seem concerned. I don't know. That don't make no sense to me. Then Kelvin, y'all remember he had won the lawsuit against the network, where he basically said he was wrongfully terminated, and he allegedly won a judgment of like $70 million. Okay, well, that's been overturned on appeal. Baby, that's been overturned on appeal, okay? But these appeal courts just gonna get y'all one way or another. These appeal courts be getting people. One child, they get them coming and they get them going. Okay? I'm sorry, I said 70 million. I mean 7 million. I'm sorry. 7, one digit. 7, not 70. Yeah, but that was overturned on the appeal. So going back to wherever you was before, Kevin. Now, I know Chuck is not telling me the truth, because Chuck said it's 161 of y'all in here, but he said we only have 12 likes. That's got to be a problem. I don't believe him. I don't believe that. I know we have about 100 likes. I know we have 100 likes, because I keep telling y'all that the likes push me up in the algorithm, and the more y'all like the video, the more they send out notifications, which means more people come into the video. More tribe members get the notifications. Okay, more tribe members get the notification. Okay, that's better. That's more like Hibiscus. Hibiscus said we up to 81. Okay, that's about half of the amount of people that's in the chat. Even if you're a bushwasher, you can just hit the like button. We won't tell nobody. Hey, Cams. Yes, we beefing. Xavier said, how was he wrongfully terminated? You got divorced. You can't work there anymore. Well, listen. Excuse me. I guess he figured he was a separate employee that didn't have anything to do with his marital status. Which, I mean, an argument can be made. It depends on how it was written. It depends on how how his contract and stuff was written. If his contract was written that he was an employee of whoever owned the Wendy Williams show, then that's separate from his capacity as Wendy Williams' manager / husband. I mean, an argument can be made. I mean, clearly the appeals court didn't think the argument was made well, but I guess an argument can be made. I don't know. We're moving on up. Brown Mama said 112 likes. We're moving on up. All right. If she was to make a separate announcement about what season 2 of our show was about, oh, child, Cajun. See, that's what I get for why do I keep reading Cajun comments knowing he's saying something crazy? He's allergic to hard work. Well, listen, he had it easy for a long time. See, look at that. We done went up 20 people since y'all started hitting the like button. 20 more people done came in the room. See what I'm talking about? Booyaka, booyaka. Hey. All right. So let's get into some of these other stories before we get to some of these bigger stories, because y'all already know that we're gonna get into some of these bigger stories, honey. Let's get into some of these little smaller stories. So Tyreek Hill, y'all know the Miami Dolphins, well, former, I think he got traded, former Miami Dolphins player that had like 5 kids in 6 months and all this crazy stuff. Him and his wife has filed for divorce after the police were called in an alleged domestic dispute at his home. TMZ has released the 911 call where his wife's mother called 911, and you can hear his wife's mother saying that she's afraid, she's very scared. So there was some sort of there was some sort of disturbance, domestic disturbance, and she has now filed for divorce. Here's what, can I say something? I find it very sad. Was that Tyreek Hill's wife on Wags to Riches? I only watched the first episode, y'all. I never got past the first episode. That's why y'all never got no reviews. Because after the first episode, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this. The bar is open. We have the Masters drink on deck: lemonade, Grey Goose, and grenadine. We live in the hard wig life all 2025. I know that's right. Here's what I have a problem with. The fact that this man cheated on you multiple times didn't do it. The fact that this man cheated on you blatantly in your face multiple times wasn't enough for you to say, no, I'm not doing this. It took, and somebody in the chat said she's filed for divorce before and then turned around and got pregnant. So we'll see if it sticks. But it just, and again, I'm not judging her because I know everybody's breaking point is different. And so I'm not judging her. I'm saying I just think it's sad. I think it's sad that it had to come down to him putting his hands on you, that his disrespect of you in other ways wasn't enough. And I'm not going to assume that. I knew somebody was going to say it was about the money. I don't know that woman, so I'm not going to assume it was about the money because I don't know her. I really don't know. I don't know. But whatever the reason is, I still think it's sad. I think it's sad that the money is that important to you that you would put up with that level of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I hate that. According to the report, he didn't put his hands on her, but he threatened to leave with their daughter. They got more than one child, though, don't they? He was only going to take the daughter. Right. For a lot of people, that is, I mean, I know for Abby, that is a non-negotiable. You know, and again, for everybody is not a non-negotiable. What I'm saying is, I mean, I don't know. There's levels to infidelity. And I know somebody might be like, what you mean? Infidelity is infidelity. Cheating is cheating. But there's levels to infidelity. Like, you cheat on me and we can work it out, but you cheat on me and you creating multiple babies. And again, for everybody, their breaking point is different. You know, everybody's breaking point is different. So, but I'm gonna say this though, Xavier, and I hear what you're saying, but this one I'm gonna say, this probably not the first time. It's probably not the first time. But anyway, child, that's Tyreek Hill. Like I said, I don't even have a whole lot for that. Moving right along. I hope she stays away and gets the help that she needs. That's all I can say about that. It depends on, see, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a different deal breaker for them, right? You know, Juanita left Michael when she found out about the outside baby. Ooh. He cheated before they got married. Nah, that's true. He threw a computer and grabbed the daughter. He didn't touch her. But what? Okay, he didn't touch her. But I'm saying a domestic dispute, and I just listen. I don't know. I just think it's sad. Moving right along, Chad. Moving right along. Prada has bought Versace for 1.4 billion with a B dollars. So the Versace brand has been acquired by Prada. They will now be the same company, and there you go. That is a merger for your ass. Right, because where did he throw the computer? You know what I'm saying? Where did he throw the computer? The 2028 Olympics, which will be in Los Angeles, they have announced that they will be having mixed gender team events. So they're going to have mixed gender teams in track and field, in gymnastics, and in golf. I think this is a good idea. What do y'all think? I think this is a good idea because they do it in other in competition. They have mixed golf teams and mixed track teams. I don't know so much about gymnastics because I don't really watch I don't follow gymnastics that closely, but I can see where they can have a mixed gymnastics event. And usually with the Olympics, when they do new things like this, it's usually okay. Um usually it's not for a medal, it's like an exhibition thing. So I'm okay with that. For those sports, I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Oh, we got over 200 people in the room. Y'all know when 200 people come in the room, Abby pulls out the hookah. Now, I don't know if Abby's here, but whoever's in the upstairs lounge, go and pull out the hookah. We got 200 people in the room. If we get to 300 people, Don going in that kitchen. If we get 300 people, Don going in the kitchen. Now, Tracy and I already opened up the bar. She told y'all what the drink of the day is. It's the Masters, okay? If you are lit up in green, you're in the VIP section. We'll bring the drink to you. Everybody else, go ahead and get in line. Make sure you tip your bartender, okay? Those of you that need to partake in the herbal libations, going upstairs to the lounge, it's open, okay? It's open, okay? So I'm here for that. I think that'll be a good idea, you guys. I'm interested to see what that looks like. The unrivaled women's 3-on-3 women's basketball league has earned $27 million in its debut season, and they sold out every single game. I am here for that. Congratulations to those women, the owners, the coaches, anybody that had anything to do with the unrivaled, I said rivaled, the unrivaled basketball league, 3-on-3 women's league. Y'all look out and see if there's any games coming to your area. Check them out. Check them out. Soulja Boy found liable for assault and sexual battery in lawsuit with his ex-girlfriend's assistant accused him of abuse for multiple years. He is ordered to pay $4 million with an M. Now, when we were going over all of these different lawsuits, I do not think that this is one of the lawsuits that we reviewed. But it doesn't say this is a default judgment. He was found liable for assault. Now, I don't think Soulja Boy has 4 million pennies to give anybody. But, get your coin. That's all I have to say is get your coin. Okay? All right. I think we get ready to put Ray J on the permanent sick and shut-in list like we have Krishan, Blueface, and Kanye. Well, we just not gonna talk about him anymore. But Ray J must have been wilding out last night because Ray J posted. It looks like Ray J posted where he said to Kasanot, "You never invite me over for a sleepover." For those who don't know who Kasanot is the streamer that had the Drewski and Kevin Hart, and he's done all the things. And so Ray J wanted to know why he was never invited to any of the sleepovers. Oh shoot, where did I put it? Did I not screenshot it? Oh shoot. But he said he wasn't invited, and then he showed a text message between him and Brandy where Brandy said, "You're better than this." And then he went on this whole rant about how, he wilding out, nobody's messing with him anymore. He don't understand why. And listen, I don't know what's going on with Ray J. And I don't even think at this point I care. But all I'm going to say is, Ray J, get some help. Now, I told y'all before that Ray J was wilding out because allegedly, according to my eye in the sky, I should say, Ray J name was floating around with a lot of these stories, a lot of these stories that have been going on for the last year or so. So maybe that's what's going on with him. Somebody in the chat said drugs, maybe. Kasanot is not 14. Kasanot is a grown man. But he has, but that's what he does on his streaming when he does these marathon streams. Kevin Hart, Drewski, LeBron James' son, all sorts of people have come through Kasanot streams. And again, they've had the whole sleepover thing. Like, it's a thing he does. It's a gimmick. There's nothing nasty about it. There's nothing sexual about it. That's still a baby. At 22? No, Kasanot, he's grown. And it's nothing sexual about it. So I don't want us to turn this into a sexual thing. It's not. Kasanot is a grown-ass man. He's a multi-millionaire. I got it, Don. I got it. So we're not gonna turn this into like he's trying to do something to this child. Kasanot is not a child. And he has these things at his house all the time where the people come over and they sleep and they stream it. That's the thing he does. He's grown. He just doesn't always act it. Yeah. Well, since y'all done dropped it in the chat, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and address it. Hold on, let me timestamp this one. And I still say she should lie. So no, you good, Don. You good. So earlier today, the actual police report has been released with Dr. Heavenly's son and his mugshot. Now, I'm not going to show his mugshot. It's out there. I guess I'll show it. But the mugshot has been released as well as the actual police report. Now, I do not have the police report in my hand, so I'm not going to read it. But let me paraphrase to you guys what I learned. So allegedly, and the reason why I'm saying allegedly is because I'm not reading it word for word. Damon Jr., Dr. Heavenly's son, was involved in an altercation. Him and another person were fighting. From the way it's described, Damon Jr. was getting the best of whoever the person was he was fighting. And the police showed up. Once the police showed up, again, Damon Jr., I'm not sure if he was just upset, whatever the situation is. Damon Jr. then proceeded to get in his car and attempt to pull off. Now, remember, he was charged with battery as well as assault on a police officer. He got in his car and he attempted to drive off. The police officer said he stood with his hand out telling him to stop because, again, the police were called about this incident. And it sounds like he tried to flee the scene either before the police got there or before he talked to the police. Police officer, from the way it was described, was telling him, stop, stop, stop. Damon continued to drive. They said it wasn't until they actually drew their weapons that he stopped the car. It wasn't until they drew their weapons. Mia, I know you didn't do anything wrong. So, Don, can one of my mods erase her comment? You didn't do anything wrong. I'm not even upset with you. But can y'all erase that comment, please? That Mia put out there, that Mia put in there. She was answering DB's question. I hope DB already saw the answer. DB, I hope you already saw the answer. No, you didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not mad at you. Matter of fact, at the end of this, I'll explain why I said that. I'll explain it. But you didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not upset. That's what the way the police report was written is that he was driving. The police felt that he was driving you don't need to apologize, baby. You are fine. You are fine. You good, Mia. I promise you, you're good, baby. Driving in that direction, right? So that is why he was then ultimately arrested and charged with assault on a police officer, or attempted assault. I'm sorry, I think it's attempted assault on a police officer because the police officer felt like the car was coming in his direction. Again, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not reading the actual word for word, but that is my understanding. The mugshot, I mean, there's absolutely no question that this is Dr. Heavenly's son. So, it's clear now that this is absolutely Dr. Heavenly's son. Okay. Look, I'm torn on this topic only because it is. And the reason why I'm not showing the mugshot, he's grown and all of that, whatever. It's out there, y'all can find it. But, and I'm sure it's gonna be on the blogs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But because although I do believe that Dr. Heavenly speaks on other people's children, and it is what it is. I'm just giving y'all the conclusion to the story. Okay. He isn't involved in any of the drama on the show. Yeah, he really isn't. He doesn't do the show. But what I do find interesting is that Dr. Heavenly said on Spill It Boy's channel, as well as all right, I'll show it to y'all. I'll show it to y'all. Give me a second. But on Spill It Boys TV and on Carlos King, she said both times, I knew which son it had to be. So it makes me think that son, maybe he has a temper. Maybe they've had issues with him in the past. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like, oh, I knew who it was. If it was something going on, I knew which one it was. So, yeah. All right, I'll show it to y'all. Hold on. Because I have it. Now I feel bad. Dang it. Dang. I was supposed to go see a friend of mine at a comedy show tonight, but the way my head is feeling, y'all, I just don't. My head is just killing me. That's the mugshot. Oh, well. So you know your kids. You do. You definitely know your kids. Um, he looks a little high. He might have been inebriated. He might have been high, you know. But the fact that Dr. Heavenly said she knew tells me that you know. Okay. Now, down to the Breakfast Club yesterday, an old situation was rehashed, child. Keri Hilson was talking about this damn Beyonce song she did 10 years ago. Now, Keri Hilson is a very she's written a lot of great songs over the years, but once she put out this song on her debut album, where she threw a diss to Beyonce. Carrie said that they made her sing that song in Timberland, was it Paulo and what's her name? Hold on, I have it right here. Hold on. Esther Dean. That they made her sing the verse. Now, here's where, let me say this. Here's where I have problems with these crazy fans. And I'm not talking about just the Beehive. I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about the Beehive. I'm talking about Nicki Minaj's people. I'm talking about the Navy. I'm talking about any fan base that does way too much. Okay, way too much, right? Far as I can remember, Polo, thank you. Far as I remember, it was one line in a song. It was not that deep. But the Beehive, and I'm not saying Beyonce did it. I'm talking about the Beehive. And I'm not talking about regular people that just like Beyonce. I'm talking about the extremes, okay? Please understand. I'm talking about the extremists, the people who, sent her death threats, and the people who did all of the crazy things. And her career was derailed after that, right? But here's the problem that I have. Stans are insane. These people are not fans. Okay, I can give you that. Stans. You're right. I can give y'all that. I can give y'all stans. That's what, because when it was happening, and this was about 10, I don't know how long, about 10 years ago, I guess. When it was happening, I felt the same way that I feel now. I just felt like it was fucking ridiculous. It was one line in a song, and the song was a bop. And I remember like, wow, like y'all really this mad? Like Beyonce she's not untouchable. She's not like, you can talk, Beyonce talks shit in her songs all the time. People can talk shit about Beyonce. It's not that deep. But they really did go there. Again, the stans really did go there. Now, what I will say, though, on the other side of that, I will say this. Well, then what was it, Xavier, if it wasn't just about the song? Then please tell me. Please tell me. Tell me what else it was about, Xavier. But on the other side, I really, 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 really hate when I hear people say things like, they made me do it. I get it. She was an artist. I get it. She was trying to get her album out. I get it that these were people that these were people, that were influential in helping her get her career, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But girl, they made you do it though. It was the happy birthday, the constant shade in the interviews. Keri just didn't like Beyonce. I don't know why she's backtracking now. What happy birthday? I just saw Jeff say Jeff say something else about. I mean, somebody else said something else about saying happy birthday. I don't see. I wasn't following these things like that, so I don't know nothing about it. And I just think that it was ridiculous. I think that it was extreme, and I think it was too much, and I think it was ridiculous. So what? She didn't say happy birthday the way y'all wanted her to? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Tell me what she did wrong with the happy birthday, child. Keri should have made the lyric about K. Michelle, where she knew better than to come for Beyonce to get someone more on her level. She doesn't have to say happy birthday to Beyonce. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? It was the that she didn't. Somebody said something. She didn't smile when she said happy birthday. She said it with an attitude when she didn't have to say that. See, that's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous to me. So people was mad about that, like for real. Again, I don't even remember the whole happy birthday incident because, again, I don't be paying attention to that kind of shit. So it was one line in a remix of a song. It is the regular birthday. Beyonce is a regular person just like everybody else. Y'all gonna stop putting, you're not gonna put her on a, you're not gonna put her on the pedestal in my chat. Beyonce is the same. She is the regular person just like everybody else. It is the same as saying happy birthday to anybody else. Yes, it is. It is. Everyone needs to realize that the music industry and Hollywood are not the same as everyday life and jobs. It was her debut album, and she said no, she wouldn't have been. She would have been shelled. Who cares about how she said that? Like too much other things. I think too many other things going on in this world. That's ridiculous. But didn't the original woman who wrote it come out and apologize? She apologized after she shaded her. Yeah, she after she shaded her. She did apologize because she was like, but the song was a hit. Like, basically, get over it. And here's the thing. I think that what happened, I think that the effect of what happened to Keri, I think is real. And I feel really bad for her. Like I said, she got death threats. Her career was was derailed. She said it affected her mental health as well. She explained the happy birthday thing. She wanted to distance herself from the situation, which I can understand that. I don't think Beyonce gave a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. I honestly don't think Beyonce gave a fuck. Like, I really think people be putting way too much on it. I don't. It was the the stands. Excuse me, the stands. The stands. And what I find interesting is that all the people that was a part of that song have gone on to work with Beyonce except for Keri. The producer, the writer, everybody that was in the room when that song was being made have gone on to work with Beyonce except for Keri. So my thing is, if the person who wrote the words and the person who produced the song and the person who made the beat for the song, if all of them have been able to go ahead and work with Beyonce and make money with Beyonce, I think it's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. Exactly, Cams. I don't care more than Beyonce does, and I don't think Beyonce care that much. I think people put 20 on 10. I think people put 20 on 10. Esther's the one who did it right, and Esther worked with Beyonce on the album 4. She went on the work. So, like, all of these people have worked with Beyonce after the fact. So y'all was more mad at Keri because that's who y'all could see. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the people who were mad about it because that's who y'all could see. But she didn't even write the words. She didn't even write the words. Right. So again, I can't be more mad about it than I feel like Beyonce is. And I don't know Beyonce like that, but I just don't think Beyonce cares. The song it's the Turn Me On remix. And she has like one line where she says something about Beyonce. And I don't even remember what the line was now. Yeah, so hopefully Keri can get past it and and get back to what she wants to get back to, child. All right. It was 2 lines about having babies, and then the next line was about Sierra. Okay. All right. The telling part was that it was supposedly leaked. It was put out and got the results they were looking for. Mm-hmm. Keri and Sierra made up after that. Good for them. All right. So oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Now, here's a little bit of tea. My eye in the sky told me that they told me this a year ago, but I don't remember them telling me this. So maybe I told y'all and I don't remember telling y'all. Did I tell y'all that my eye in the sky told me that Tony Braxton and Birdman was married? My eye in the sky hit me up today and was like, I told you this a year ago. You knew this already. And I promise y'all, I don't remember. I don't remember knowing this. But I believe they told me. But okay, Paul said they remember me saying it. Okay. Okay, Cajun said, okay, so I told it. Well, I told it. I just didn't remember. Maybe because I don't know. But I didn't remember. Okay, Cindy said yes because I didn't care. That sounds about right. That sounds about right that I didn't care. Yeah. Because I still don't. So that sounds about right. Yeah. So not allegedly, they saying that Beyonce, you know what? Tamar did say it too. Tamar did say it too. She sure did. So Tony Braxton and Birdman are married, and then it says that 2 weeks after they got married, Tony filed for divorce, but then she took it back so they could work things out. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I hope she happy. I mean, I hope she's happy because I don't care. And I'm not even saying because of the way he looks. I just think he ignorant as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, I don't find him attractive either. But I just think he just don't do nothing for me. So, Fran, thank you, Fran. Shit, we did not ask for a child. Tongue kissing him, sleeping with him, just yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. All right. Well, Jay-Z is under fire yet again. Braxton sisters sure can pick up. Child. He looked like he looked like he stinks. Like with all them gold teeth in his mouth. Yes. His breath, I'm sure his mouth smelled like a Anyway, I guess they said they're gonna get Jay-Z one way or another, child. So down to the school, they said that Jay-Z is some problems going on. Let me read y'all this article, honey. Let me read y'all this article. Students owe thousands. Rock Nation School at LIU Brooklyn's disappeared debt-free promise. So let me read this. All right. Justice Stevenson has just graduated from high school in Brooklyn and was contemplating her future when she got a life-changing text message. It was a message from LIU president Kimberly Klein promising her a full tuition scholarship at the Rock Nation School of Music at LIU Brooklyn. The message read, "You will receive full tuition and be able to graduate without debt, a dream opportunity stemming from a partnership with Jay-Z's entertainment company. I tried to reach you by phone. Rock Nation School at LIU is awarding you a full tuition scholarship. You will receive full tuition and be able to graduate without debt, said the text message. So this was a text. That's how they telling people they got scholarships now, through text messages? They're just sending out text messages saying you get it. Okay. It seemed like an incredible opportunity, and Stevenson's mother urged her to take it, imagining a debt-free education leading to a degree in vocal performance. In the fall of 2021, Stevenson became part of the inaugural class of the Rock Nation School, the talk of the town, with promises of guest lecturers from celebrities like the Jonas Brothers and Rihanna. The school, backed by the famous rapper Jay-Z, promised to bring in top talent and resources for students. Stevenson said, I remember just being generally conflicted about school, and then coming across this made me feel a sense of security. It was a full scholarship immediately. It was a music school, which was iconic and the dream, and Jay-Z was involved. Initially, she felt special and excited about the unique opportunity, but soon things took a turn. Did you apply for this scholarship? Did you even apply to this school? Long Island University campus. Thank you, boo. Like, don't you even have to just apply to... Don't you got to apply? Okay. As the semester rolled on, Justice began receiving unexpected charges. When she reached out to school officials about her scholarship, she found herself stuck. In 2023, after trying to get in touch with Kimberly Klein with no success, she reassessed her financial future. I'm in D.C. in meetings with Congress. I will reach out to you on Friday, read the message from Klein, leaving Stevenson waiting for a resolution that never came. Despite the initial promise of finishing her studies without debt, Justice now faces $5,000 worth of student debt. That's it? Negotiated down from $26,000. She is not alone. At least a dozen other students from the first class of Hope Scholars face unexpected bills despite their letter offers promising debt-free graduation. Okay, but let me read this. This is a statement explaining a little bit more. So this is a statement from Rock Nation School of Music. So it says the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports and Entertainment at Long Island University, Brooklyn, established in 2021 through a collaboration between Jay-Z's Rock Nation and LIU, is under scrutiny as students allege they were misled by promises of a debt-free education. LIU's chief of marketing, Jackie Nealon, stated that the Hope Scholarship covers tuition only, excluding fees and housing costs. Nonetheless, offer letters reviewed did not specify these exclusions, leading to confusion among students. Well, that sounds like a contract to me. If there was an offer extended and the offer was accepted and there was a meeting of the minds, it sounds like to me, they get a free education if that's what the letter said and that's what they accepted and that's what they signed off on. Beyond financial concerns, students have criticized the program's quality, citing inadequate facilities and the absence of promised guest lecturers from Rock Nation artists like Rihanna and DJ Khaled. Some students resorted to creating their own recording studio due to the lack of resources. As of now, Jay-Z and Rock Nation have not publicly addressed these allegations. Ciao. Now, I wouldn't know. I disagree, Cindy. If her letter says that everything was covered, then I wouldn't pay shit. Now, it sounds like the misunderstanding is between the school and Rock Nation, not with those students, because if their letter says that everything is supposed to be covered and they're going to graduate debt-free, then the misunderstanding is not with those students. The misunderstanding is between Roc Nation and the school, and they should be forwarding those bills to Roc Nation. If any other fees, that should be going. But on the other side, a lot of scholarships don't cover books and housing and stuff like that. But again, it has to be specified. That's the kind of thing that needs to be clear and needs to be specified. And it sounds like it wasn't. And it also sounds like a breach of contract. If, again, depends on what was in writing. But if it was in writing in Roc Nation's agreement with the school that he would bring in these different artists and they would be guest lecturers, and if none of that stuff happened, it sounds like Roc Nation is in breach of contract. Now, again, based on what I read here, y'all know I ain't nobody's attorney. I ain't been to nobody's law school. But it sounds like there's some sort of breach here. Now, like I said, I ain't been to nobody's law school. But it sounds like, you know, a little bit of a breach going on. Okay. Child, my eyes. I need some new glasses like yesterday. Anyway. And if they're first generation, they wouldn't even know to ask. That's valid too. That is valid too. Yeah, Jay-Z need to just get his accountant to cut a check, child. Roc Nation can afford it. Just clear them people's bills, clear them people's accounts, and call it a wash, child. Call it a wash. If they should be getting ready to graduate. I hate to say it like that, but you know, listen. I think a lot of these things start when people have really good intentions. Oh, good. Oh God, this makes me feel so much better. I'm sorry. Maybe he's been a little preoccupied these last couple of months. I mean, he has had other things going on. But yeah, it does seem like you know, the thing is this: people think running a school is easy. It's not. There's a lot that goes into running a school, even a post-secondary school. It's not easy. And I think everybody thinks, oh, all you need is to hire some teachers and have a curriculum and and of course, putting a name like Roc Nation on there, everybody's going to come running. But y'all, it's not that easy. And I think people get into these situations and realize that it's not as easy as they thought, or they don't put the right people in charge, or they don't, you know what I'm saying? As much as I'm not a charter school person, I will give LeBron James a lot of credit, because it seems like he put, and I'm gonna knock on wood, because I know it hasn't been perfect. I know there have been some complaints about the I Promise Academy, but it does seem like LeBron James put some really good people in place, and it does seem like there's some really great things happening at the I Promise Academy that LeBron James runs. And again, I'm gonna knock on wood, because Lord, it'll be a story next week. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Thank you, Janae. Yes, come on over to the Teacher Project. Somebody asked me earlier how many more watch hours we need. We need like 2,203. So yeah, the watch hours, we're getting them. But yeah, so if y'all can just, it's 200 of y'all in the room right now. If everybody can just watch, an hour a day, watch one episode a day. I have a playlist that I just let play. Yes, I know Marva Collins of Chicago. Yep. I know the story. I don't know her, obviously. I didn't know her. But I definitely know the story. Cicely Tyson played her in the movie, honey. Yes, I remember Marva Collins. KJ, you just want to get cussed out. I'm gonna take a break for a politics break for a second, and then we're gonna get into what's her name? The Porsha Kenya of it all. So earlier this week, I was really upset because this whole situation, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the situation with the man who was the Maryland man who was sent to El Salvador, mistakenly deported. Now, first of all, I think all of them should have to come back. I think all of them, all those people that was sent to El Salvador, to that jail, I can't. Oh my God, the lack of humanity surrounding that, it just saddens me. It really, really saddens me. However, earlier this week, when the Supreme Court put a stay, because the judge here was like, y'all need to bring that man back by midnight. And when the Supreme Court on Monday said, well, hold on, it really hurt me. It really, 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 really upset me. But I just got this notice just now that the Supreme Court ruled that the Trump administration must return Maryland man mistakenly deported. And that makes me feel better. Again, I still feel like all of them need to come home. I just think that it just really, the humanity or the lack thereof, So it says the Supreme Court has ruled that Trump administration must facilitate the return of a Maryland man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. According to the court ruling, Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia must be given due process and a chance to challenge the accusations against him. The United States acknowledged that he was subject to a withholding order forbidding his removal to El Salvador, and that the removal to El Salvador was therefore illegal. The Supreme Court order specifically requires that the government facilitate and effectuate the return of him to the United States no later than 11:59. It says Monday, April the 7th. Today's the 10th. That was the original order, though. The court also says the Trump administration must ensure that his case is handled. And wait a minute, is this an old article? Hold on. Maybe I got excited too. Look, maybe I got excited too fast. Is this an old? No, it says April the 10th. Maybe they just were talking about the original order, because the original order was that he was supposed to be here on Monday, and then the Supreme Court was like, "Hold on." So I think they were just going by what the original order is. So I guess they need to get him back here like yesterday. The 29-year-old Salvadorian national was arrested in Maryland on March the 15th and was deported despite an immigration judge's 2019 ruling that shielded him from deportation to El Salvador, where he faced likely persecution by local gangs. His mistaken deportation, described by the White House as an administrative error, outraged many and raised concerns about expelling non-citizens who were granted permission to be in the United States. So that just popped up, but I was really upset about that on Monday. Remember when I was like, I just can't do politics today. I just can't do it. Because that really bothered me, y'all. It really, really bothered me. It really, really, really bothered me. But yeah. All right. So there's that. Child, his grandchildren should be paid. You know what I'm saying? The Supreme Court issued the stay earlier this week, but according to this article, the Supreme Court said they need to go get his ass. Hold on. Damn it, the article's gone now. Hold on, let me Google it. Let me make sure that's an updated article, because it just popped up on my phone, but sometimes stuff be delayed. Hold on. Yeah, no. Supreme Court tells Trump administration to facilitate the return of El Salvadorian man. So that's new. Yeah. They issued the stay earlier this week, but now they're saying no. And I know a lot of people were upset when they issued the stay, but the stay didn't mean they were overturning the ruling. The stay meant we need to look at this some more. We need to look at this. But they did tell Trump and his administration they can't deport nobody else without due process. They did say that. They said you won't do this again. But my only issue is they were saying they can't get him back. So what are they gonna do if they don't bring that man back? What's going to be the punishment? See, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down that road. We're going to leave it there. I'm not going down that road. Now, Don, you still here? Drop down if you still here, boo. Because Don was talking about this earlier down to his channel. Now, let me say this. A part of me almost believes that this whole Porsha, Kenya, Brit of it all down to the YouTube is a scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the bullshit. I feel like we know the ratings aren't what they want the ratings to be, right? And yesterday we found out that, well, it was the day before yesterday or yesterday, Porsha started her YouTube channel. And it looks like Porsha is taking a page out of Dr. Heavenly's book. She's going to come down here. She's going to do a review. She's going to give y'all the tea. She's going to give y'all the behind the scenes. She's going to give y'all what y'all didn't see kind of thing, you know. And I wouldn't say speak on it because I feel like she's going to be messier to speak on it, because with Speak on It, Candy would bring people on and let them tell their own story. And when she did sort of recap what happened, generally it was to clear up anything dealing with her. She usually didn't get into a lot of other people's storylines. It was, let me tell y'all what was going on. Let me tell y'all why I said what I said. Let me tell y'all why I did what I did. Right? But I feel like Porsha is just going to be messy, and more messy. First of all, you started off by saying you want to become an influencer. Then you did an advertisement of your sheets that were literally on your bed. And then you proceeded to talk about all the things, right? Now, I agree. I do think Porsha is entertaining and Porsha is funny. But what Porsha is not going to do is play in my face. When Porsha said that she felt like the Drew storyline was just a fake storyline, I told y'all from the beginning I thought it was a fake storyline, but I believe that Porsha is a part of it. I believe Porsha is a part of it. Porsha child. I believe Porsha is a part of it, okay? She gave her 2 cents on what had happened with Charles and Angela. She said that she said it as a joke. She said, but, you know, basically she must have hit a nerve because Angela kept asking. Well, what you heard about Charles? What you heard about Charles? She said, but I said it was a joke, girl. So she said the argument between Kenya and Britt went on for she said it went on for a lot longer than what we saw. She said they were sitting there arguing for 2 hours. All I have to say is they must be paying y'all a lot of money, because I'm not sitting nowhere listening to nobody argue for 2 hours. At that point, I'm like, either somebody hit somebody or I'm going home. Because all this arguing for 2 hours, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Then she said in part 1, what did she say in part 1? Oh, she talked about the fake. So then she said, well, if I get to 7,000 subscribers, I'm going to drop part 2. And in part 2, I'm going to tell y'all who gave Kenya those pictures of Britt. Well, y'all know she got to 7,000 subscribers like that. First of all, Porsha, girl, you would have got to 7,000 subscribers anyway, because you have a fan base. People like you. The season is on. When I say this was the perfect time to start a YouTube channel, it was the perfect time to start a YouTube channel. Okay. I'm going to give you credit for perfect timing. I'm going to give you credit for perfect timing. So she drops part 2 today. And in part 2, she says somebody on the cast gave Kenya those pictures. Now, Ming Lee then came down here and said it wasn't her and keep y'all name out her mouth. She said, ain't my monkey, ain't my show. I didn't have nothing to do with it. She said, now I do have some shit in my phone about Britt Edie, but I didn't share nothing that I got with nobody. That's what Ming Lee said. I think Ming Lee used to date Britt's ex-boyfriend or something, so that might be where the connection is. Anyway. Then she went on to say that somebody else on the cast, somebody different, went to production on 2 separate occasions or more than one occasion trying to get Kenya fired. Now, if I had to speculate, If I had to speculate, I would think that might have been Cynthia. The way Cynthia been moving these last couple of days, that might have been Cynthia that went to production. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Now, as far as who was the person, they both dated Rick Ross, so maybe that was her then. Now, who allegedly gave Kenya them pictures on the cast? I would narrow it down to Kelly or Drew. Now, how Drew would got them, I don't know. But I would narrow it down to Kelly or Drew. Now, because Cynthia did the same thing to Nene. Ooh. Oh. Well, now. Now, Britt Eady has gone on her press tour, and Britt Eady is now admitting that she did say something about weapons and whips. Now, Porsha defending Britt said when she was talking about whips, y'all, she was talking about her car. She was talking about her car. She wasn't talking about whips like that. Girl, that don't even blend. Porsha, that don't even blend. I have pow-pows and cars. But neither here nor there. Britt said that she was wrong for what she said, but she feels like Kenya owes her an apology. And she said that she feel like that maybe they can move past it if Kenya would, basically apologize. Child, whatever. Now you said it, but you were adamant down to the internet that you never said it. You never said it, never said it, never said it. Now you said it. Anyway, child. So Kenya dropped down to Porsha's comments, and Kenya said, girl, you a whole lie. She said, absolutely no one on the show gave me anything. Stop using my situation for clickbait. Porsha said, that's a lie. We talked day and night, and I personally went to the network production and fought for you because you showed her underage explicit pics. I also went after as well because I was hurt you had to leave. I checked on you because I care. I'm not your enemy. So now Porsha is doubling down and saying not only were these pictures explicit, but now she's alleging that it was child PORN. Porsha also said in her live that Britt has told her all about, her life and her past and all the things of the things of the things. Now, here's the thing. In all of these months, that never came out. And I'm not saying it's true or it's not true. What I am saying is, in all of these months, those pictures allegedly being underage pictures never came out. So that's interesting that Porsha would add that little tidbit. And then that made me think, y'all remember, go back to all of Britt's confessionals. Every time Britt is in her confessional talking about being a video vixen, she is very clear to let us know she was still in high school. Like she has said multiple times. She has said multiple times, oh, I was underage. I was underage. I was underage. I was in high school. I was a high school video vixen. So I'm not saying it is true or it's not, but I'm just wondering if Britt is trying to set up something by mentioning that multiple times. Because again, I remember at Don and anybody else who's been following the story, we've heard a lot of things about these pictures, but her being underage at the time, Ain't heard none of that. So let's rewind a little bit. Let's go through what we know. First of all, Kenya has said two things. Kenya said that her private investigator sent her that information. Kenya said that they came from a public website. They came from a published website. I'm going to call bullshit on that. And here's why I'm going to call bullshit on that. This happened in June. You've had all of June, all of July, all of August, all of September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We are now in April. And you mean to tell me that not one of these YouTube detectives, Inspector Gadgets, Columbo, Matlock, nobody found them pictures nowhere? They were on a public website. They're out there for anybody to find. And the only person that found them was Kenya and her private detective. Ain't nobody else found these pictures. Because if anybody else had found these pictures, I promise you, the blogs would have been blogging. So, Kenya, I'm sorry. I have to call bullshit. Now, maybe those pictures once upon a time might have been somewhere published once upon a time, but maybe Brit has done a good job of scrubbing them off the internet. That's the only thing I can think of. If those pictures were at one point in time public pictures, then Brit must have done a good job of scrubbing them off the internet because, baby, ain't nobody found them. Who would go looking for pictures of another woman? Every single blogger was looking for them. Well, I wasn't. But every single blogger was looking for them pictures so they could break the story. It's not about sexual. It's not like woman looking for a story looking for those pictures in a sexual manner. I have no interest in seeing those pictures from a sexual point of view, but I wanted to see the pictures to confirm that the pictures were what people said they were. Because remember, when this story first came out, it was all sorts of stories about what the pictures were and what the pictures weren't. I wasn't interested in seeing it from that perspective, but I definitely wanted to verify what we were being told is the truth. Now, the other part of that is this. If those pictures are truly a underaged Brit eating, baby, that take this thing to a whole nother level. Now, again, I ain't saying it's true. I ain't saying it's true because I don't know. Because I ain't seen them. But that takes it to a whole nother level. It wasn't on a cucumber. It was her performing fellatio on a man. Who told you it was a cucumber? It wasn't no cucumber. It was a real penis. It was a real penis. Yes. So now y'all didn't, when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now y'all just took this to a whole nother level. And again, I'm gonna be honest when I say I just feel like, because now Kenya has announced that she too is, I thought I had put the picture on here, but I didn't. So I'm gonna just show y'all. She too is starting her own YouTube channel where she's gonna give her own confessionals. Right here. Confessions in my words. Confessions in my words. Ooh. So now Kenya is going Tuesday, April the 15th. So next Tuesday, Kenya is going to drop her first video. Hold on, y'all. I got a message. This might add some insight to what we're talking about. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna get out of here. No, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna explain what I was saying earlier, Mia. There may be some truth to what Porsha said, and I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, moving right along. Moving right along. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. My eye in the sky is listening. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving right along. So are we gonna talk about Britt's response? What does she say that she? I thought we just talked about that. Didn't I just talk about that? That she acknowledged that she, did say make the comment about the pow and she apologized and that, but Kenya owes her an apology and they can move forward if they can sit down and talk it out. Or was it more to it? Because I ain't listened to the whole thing if I'm being honest. Because I don't really care to hear about that. So now I really think Kenya needs to shut up. I'm being honest. I don't think Kenya needs to say anything. I really think Kenya needs to shut up. I really think she's already been saying too much in my opinion. So I don't know. I ain't her surgeon. Child. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got another message real quick. Hold on. And then I'm gonna explain me what I was saying earlier. Child. Okay. It's okay, Kenya. It's okay, boo. All right, so let me say this. Now, we're done. Y'all, thank you for the 200. We had almost 300 people here. Thank you for the 300 people here. I'm about to go off script for a second. I'm about to explain something that's been on my mind, and I'm not I'm not cussing nobody out, but I do want to address something because it's something that's been bothering me, and I may cut this part off. No, I'm not, but let me say this. You know what? No, I'm not. Because I don't even want to mess this live up. We had a good live. I don't even want to mess it up. All I'm going to say is this. Sometimes, I'm going to just say this. Sometimes I think as YouTubers, it's great when we break stories. It's great when we have the tea. It's great when our channels are growing and things are going well. But what I will say is it's no need to bash other YouTubers, other bloggers, other people that are in this same realm with you. It just really isn't necessary. And it really bothers me when I see people who I fucks with, like who I love and I fucks with in real life, get caught up in bullshit. And I was going to address something, but I'm not. And I apologize that I'm speaking it. I know people are like, well, just say it. Well, I'm just going to say this. And this goes to any, YouTuber that it might apply to. You just don't have to be negative like that. You just don't. Break your story, spill your tea, get your clicks and your views, and move the fuck on. Now I might go deeper in members only, which I do owe y'all a members only. I haven't had a members only in a while, so I'm definitely going to do a members only sometime in the next couple of days. Y'all know I'm on spring break, so I'm definitely going to do a members only. So I may go more in depth in members only, but I don't want to go there. I don't want to. We've had a good live. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. But I may, if I still feel it on my spirit, I may go deeper on members only. But with that being said, you guys, we hit 300. If y'all could please, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button on your way out the door. I appreciate y'all so much. Here go Cruiser. Here go Cruiser here at the end going to drop the eyeballs. No, don't apologize. Y'all don't listen. Nobody did anything wrong, and I am not mad at nobody in this chat at all. Nobody did anything wrong. Y'all have every right to want to find the tea wherever the tea is. Okay? Every right to find the tea wherever the tea is. You hear what I'm telling you? Okay. I want to share something in members live with your permission. Okay, well, when we go live, I don't know right now. I'll post it on my wall when I know I'm going live, but it'll be sometime in the next couple of days. Because like I said, I'm off for a week, so I'm definitely going to have time. I'm definitely going to have time. Okay? All right. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Peace.